I know ugly is a subjective word, but let's face it, some cars look like a hater made them. But who says that ugly cars can't be legendary? The cars we're about to discuss are guaranteed to turn your head for all the wrong reasons. But for every gearhead, their unique features will make you rethink what true beauty is. So, in no particular order, here are some of the ugliest cars out there whose performance might still convince you to buy them. If your pick isn't on this list, drop a comment down below letting me know what it is. Let's talk about a car that combines the classic appeal of a hot rod with cutting-edge technology. But was it truly a game changer compared to its competitors? Let's find out. Number 5. 1994 Chrysler Plymouth Prowler. The Prowler's design was a noticeable honor to classic 1930s roadsters, featuring exposed front wheels, a long flowing body, and a minimalist style. Let's take a ride back to the 1990s, a time when Chrysler decided to push the boundaries of automotive design with a car that looks straight out of a hot rod enthusiast's dream, the Plymouth Prowler. Under the hood, the Prowler packed a 3.5-liter SOHC V6 engine, delivering 214 horsepower and 221 pound-feet of torque. Sure, those numbers might not seem groundbreaking by today's standards, but back then it was all about the experience. And the Prowler delivered, making every drive feel like an event. The price of this car was anywhere from $21,900 to $45,000. Paired with a 4-speed automatic transmission that included a manual mode for added control, the Prowler could sprint from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just over 6 seconds. Not bad for a car whose primary appeal was its jaw-dropping design. Speaking of design, this wasn't just any car. The car faced a lot of criticism due to its unnecessary front bumper, making it a car that termed us ugly by men. Chrysler wasn't just selling a car, they were selling an idea, a bold vision for enthusiasts who crave something different. The Prowler's radical design wasn't just about aesthetics. Its extreme lines and construction also contributed to safety, relying on structural innovation rather than conventional bumpers. Even today, it remains a symbol of Chrysler's willingness to take risks and offer something truly unique to those who dared to dream a little wilder. But did their ambitions give birth to something slightly ugly? I'll let you decide. Want to see something different and made people think of how the future cars would look like? Let's see. Number 4. Aston Martin Lagonda. The Aston Martin Lagonda was a car that shattered conventions and left people either awestruck or scratching their heads. Often seen as one of the most polarizing luxury cars of its era, the Lagonda was boldly futuristic. Some admired its daring design, while others called it downright ugly. The Aston Martin Lagonda was priced at approximately $84,062. Under the hood, the Lagonda housed a 5.3-liter V8 engine, pumping out a respectable 280 horsepower. Paired initially with a 3-speed automatic transmission, later models were upgraded to a smoother 4-speed setup. This wasn't just a looker, it had the performance to back it up. For a luxury sedan of its time, the Lagonda's ability to sprint from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 7.5 seconds was nothing short of impressive. But what truly set the Lagonda apart was its cutting-edge technology. Aston Martin packed it with features that seemed ripped from a sci-fi movie. The car boasted an electronic dashboard filled with touch-sensitive controls, which is mind-blowing for the 70s. It was one of the first production cars to embrace digital instrumentation, putting the future right in the hands of its ultra-wealthy owners. However, such innovation came at a cost. The electronics were notoriously finicky, leading to reliability issues that frustrated some customers. Have you thought about why this car is ugly? It is termed ugly due to being unbalanced, with a rear too short and wide and a flat front. Produced in a limited run of just 645 units between 1976 and 1990, the Lagonda was as exclusive as it was daring. Its sky-high price tag ensured that only the ultra-elite could afford it. Moving on, we have number 3, Marcos Mantis. The Marcos Mantis is often described as having a design that is both futuristic and unrefined. The front end of Marcos Mantis is sharp and angular with large bulging fenders and a low-profile grille, and it is very different from other cars. It has somewhat oversized headlights that give us a wide look and an aggressive stance. Some enthusiasts argue that the car looks a bit too boxy and unfinished compared to its competitors, giving it a somewhat awkward presence. The Mantis is available with a variety of engine options, starting from the Ford 4-cylinder engines, which come around 1.6 liters to 2.0 liters in early models. As the Mantis became more popular, the Marcos offered the car with a larger V8 engine, including a 5.0-liter V8 sourced from a Chevrolet. The car's market value ranges from $50,000 to $100,000 depending on its current condition. The Mantis with a V8 engine could go up to 0 to 100 in just 60 seconds, which is really very impressive for a sports car from the 1970s. The Mantis was often termed as ugly due to its bad proportions and lumpy lines, which made it look weird, but a fact to remember is beauty remains inside and not outside. In the early 2000s, Marcos Engineering made a bold attempt to revive the Mantis under the name Marcos Mantis V8, but by then the car's quirky charm and niche appeal could not prevent the company from struggling financially. Despite this, the Mantis remains an icon of British sports car history, leaving a lasting legacy of innovation and style. The next we have is a car which was designed by a grand designer and still it was called an ugly car. Number 2. Alfa Romeo SZ. A car that is often compared to a Batmobile. Yes, you heard that right, a car that looks like Batman's car. Any idea which car it might be? The Alfa Romeo SZ is often described as ugly or even alien looking because of its highly different design that contrasts sharply with the more elegant and refined sports cars of its time. Designed by Zagato, a company known for producing avant-garde designs, the SZ takes the design language of the 1980s to an extreme, with a number of bold and unusual elements. The front end of the SZ features a wide, deep grille lined by large circular headlights that sit almost too far apart, contributing to a disjointed look. The flat rear of the SZ and angular taillight design also give an unfinished work kind of look. The SZ is powered by a 3.0-liter V6 engine that produces 207 horsepower. This engine was given to a 5-speed manual transmission, giving the driver an engaging experience throughout. The machine is valued between $30,000 and $50,000. Though this car was made by a grand designer, it was called an ugly car by many due to its weird bodywork and wheelbase design. The car had a chopped-off back with the wheelbase of a saloon-like car. The Alfa Romeo SZ could go from 0 to 100 in just 7 seconds, which was very respectable for a car at that time. SZ comes with a top speed of 250 kilometers per hour, making it one of the most competitive cars against some of the best sports cars made in the 1980s. Now, for the moment everyone was waiting for the ugliest car. Number 1. Chevrolet SSR. The Chevrolet SSR is a unique and very distinctive car that was produced by General Motors under the Chevrolet brand itself. The Chevrolet SSR was manufactured from 2003 to 2006 and combined the features of a convertible roadster with a normal pickup truck. Now, we will have a quick look at the design of the SSR. The SSR comes with a 6.0-liter V8 engine in the performance-oriented variant. Earlier, it was produced with a 5.8-liter V8 engine. The 5.8-liter V8 engine of the SSR produced 300 horsepower and 335 pound-feet of torque, and the 6.0-liter V8 produced 390 horsepower and 405 pound-feet of torque. Now, coming on to the transmission of the car. The Chevrolet SSR price is approximately $15,000 to $30,000. The car's transmission is a 4-speed automatic, and other variants have a 6-speed manual transmission. Now, onto the performance of the SSR. The SSR has a more powerful 6.0-liter V8 and can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just around 5.5 seconds. It's surprisingly a faster machine for a truck-based roadster. Even though the car seems powerful, it was still ugly, and the fact that made it ugly was its mix of truck and car, which was considered weird and ugly by many. The SSR was not a massive commercial success. The Chevrolet SSR has developed a new trend over the years due to its unique design and nostalgic appearance. It's often seen as a more weird, fun, and stylish vehicle that is now considered somewhat of a modern classic. Here's a twist about the SSR, a pickup that is a convertible. A pickup that has a hard top that can be retracted and can be made into a convertible yet useful pickup truck. Which ugly sleeper car would you buy if you got the chance? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Give it a thumbs up if you liked the video, and please make sure you're subscribed so that you don't miss our next episode in the Muscle Car Vault.